today I'm going to watch no Yacine's video because he's going to do the prediction. I'm going to do my own prediction as well on this video as well. Because I'm a couple of takes of my predictions, what could happen, and could happen, so also subscribe to his channel and also subscribe to my channel as well. And if you're fan of Yacine as well, and also if you're fan of me as well, so yeah. And then that being said,
so today we're going to be going over what I personally believe would be the perfect ban list for Yu-Gi-Oh! Or I guess this is more of a ban list wish list. I'm also down to make a prediction down the line, but there are a lot of cards that I think realistically will get unbanned or will get banned or limited or semi-limited in this
There we go.
Being grounded in reality. Anyways, let's get right into it. The first one is a Fiber Jar. This card is dog shit. Knowing Konami, they're with the card before the
I can't agree that it is a very terrible card in the modern day area, but in the Go 5 area, it's kind of busted, so...
Limited just because on paper this card reads broken, but it completely sucks. It's a flip effect.
Yes.
Also, there's better flip effects when you really think about it. Like a card that says until the end of your opponent's next turn or something, your opponent can't special summon. That is completely ridiculous. It's better than Fiber Jar. So yeah, this card just it aged really poorly. Definitely unban the card.
Yeah, I can agree.
Zodiac Rat is currently at 1, and the OCG... This card is definitely really cool if you unlimited because it's a 1-card rank 4 and a Drancia, and as an engine it could be
it does.
A little too good, especially if there's 3 Barrage. I think Broad Bull is the big red flag. We can never unban a card like Broad Bull without an errata. It has to only search Zodiac Monsters.
Yeah, I can agree.
Broken the engine would be in Lunalight, for example. You search any Lunalight with Broad Bull, you can search Unfair Beast Warriors, and you can actually technically FTK with a single rat. I think this is one of the best normal summons of all time, but I would absolutely love to see Rat Pure going to 2. I think it would be very interesting. Now, Neutral Fisher, I think this card is technically ban worthy. Maybe as
I got
this card has been a little annoying, honestly.
Also, in my prediction, the Metro shot that Cooper could go up to 1. I wanted to say to go up to 0, but and the reason I said that because they did like the only BB1 go for what's it called? Only BB1 and the Ghosting match and the Ghosting match? Yeah, the Ghosting match, and the other trap cards and continue trap cards like that. Because I think this is about going to do the same thing in that regard because it's the same functionality the other one is, but that functionality just stop I do a great job. But I think it even might go to 1 now. It might be to go to 1 because of the answer and cinema functionality, but that's what I think. That's what I think is going to happen. But
to face against when you're playing Mitsurugi, Radiant Typhoon, all those decks can play it. It feels like you can never really win if you go second and your opponent has this and like an Omni Negate. Even if you have the out D Fisher, it doesn't matter. So you need a hand traps for your opponent's engine, and then you need something for the D Fisher and something for your opponent's negate for your out the D Fisher.
It's true.
Ridiculous.
It's true. You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong.
You any better? Honestly, I just say these kinds of floodgates should absolutely get banned.
I fully agree.
This were to really just be a wish list, I would definitely, say just ban the card. But again, knowing Konami is the kind of card that they would probably limit first and then ban them.
Yeah, I agree.
With anti-spell.
It's the same if it goes in the probably rewards and the ghosting match and only be 1.
This card shuts down Effect Veiler, DD Kurojo, and Logbird.
I think and also I realize there's no ghosting match and one rewards in here.
Okay,
I think the Cooper does regards and Cooper goes too fast. If you can use them,
it can't keep existing.
But I don't think it will be because no one's using them right now. So
full mechanics, shut down your full hand. are not allowed to exist. There's nothing positive that really come out of this. And I'm saying this as someone who's been abusing the crap out of Spellcaster for months.
Yeah.
That's just to give you an idea of how, even though I am playing the card, I topped YCS's with this card in my deck, and I...
Other defending the note to the other combo with Spellcaster, but using Orcus. If you really wanted to see that, comment down below if you want to see that. I have some combos with this.
I think it has no business existing in Yu-Gi-Oh! It should get permanently banned and never come.
I agree.
It's funny how I'm saying this for Spellcaster, but I'm not saying the same thing for Jinzo and Majesty's Fiend, because the concept is completely different. Spellcaster has a tendency to be way...
Even though it functions almost the same thing, except that when it's trapped and when it's effect monsters, most people actually play spells that need to do for traps or monsters effects. So you see that it goes with Spellcaster, then you go to the other two cards. So that's why. And that's what I'm
more
saying.
One-sided than anything else. It's way harder to out because usually the outs to Spellcaster are getting stopped by Spellcaster, whereas outs to like Majesty's Fiend, they just activate any spell card and kind of deals with it. Spellcaster, it's like, do you have the Imperm? Oh, I've got the Infinity anyways, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, this card, for sure, please ban it, Konami. Jordan Logbird, I have been hearing a lot of arguments where people say...
There's a little bit of argument about Spellcaster. If you the older uses in the Kina Quistron, and also the boards, which Spellcaster plus the trap to pop a card, it's nearly impossible without using any spell cards in the deck. It's nearly impossible because it has lots of obligations on top of that, and also plus there's a pop there was from a monster, but from a monster to the field and has more attack plus the Spellcaster. You can attack over it, but you can use it to trap it to pop it. It's gonna get wasted a little bit though, but yeah.
Go back to 3. I don't know. I don't really believe in this.
It makes it a lot easier.
It should go to 0.
Also, that's also the exact reason when I played the two Orcus and then the YCSs, that's the exact reason I played the Spellcaster. I played the Dangers in that one, in that build, specifically. So you can get around Spellcaster a little bit better than around your Spellcaster, but so time. But
the card on the last bat list, I think
but that's the reason for it.
Coherent for them to do is actually try
what to know.
Just because, again, like cards that just are lingering and just prevent a full mechanic. I'm not a big fan of those cards.
I don't know about it.
Super interactive gameplay. They don't necessarily reward.
I'm not a fan of it because then you might draw or flow and if those are top attack effects or the better shifter. Please, Konami, just ban them all, please. For the love of God, just ban them all. It makes me great. It's not great when you get those ones. But obviously, if you don't know to see my gameplay, I can get the better shooter twice. Not once, but twice. So,
players, I don't know, trying to be more interactive. It also makes games faster when you think about it.
It does. It actually does. It actually does.
Even though like,
they don't do the time as much, you do that as well.
So that's a very good counter argument. I'm definitely going to.
There's one thing to think about as well. If you think about it, if the game goes faster, that means the time have more time of it because the time for the time in the round, so they're better to get double losses, which is also going to be quite useful, but.
Do that.
But still,
I think the concept of necessary evil as well.
But still annoys me though.
Before it gets banned though. Mistaken Arrest, it can either go to 1 or 3. It's very similar to like Dimensional Fissure. It's also played by almost the exact same decks. Malice, for example, has both of these cards in their side deck sometimes, which is
yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. I think it's eating the decks with those times.
To see this card go to 1, just so that Super Poly could be good again. Instant Fusion is a 1, and it's not like anybody's really playing Instant Fusion, so you can't really argue that it would be insane to go Instant Fusion into Norden, but like Super Poly into Norden might be a little too good. It's 2 synchros or 2 Xyz or 1 synchro and 1 Xyz can go into this, and then you can revive back a level 4 lower monster. I believe the effect is negated, but yeah, it's a pretty good card. I think it's probably not going to get unbanned just because Konami doesn't really have a real reason to do it. But if it were to be, like a wish list, I think I would actually like to have Norden back.
Yeah, I can agree with as well.
It was kind of like a mix.
Because it's the future target and also super power target as well, which is not the worst thing.
I'm just going to place them in the...
I agree with 100%.
When these cards are used, usually...
These three cards stop people using... Stop people using hand traps against you now. Because I know some people say, I'm not a fan of hand traps, so I don't know fan of hand traps. But sometimes those hand traps can be useful to go in second with it, because then you can put absolutely mix it better in your boards, make it get any bigger, so then you make it easier to break, which is can be useful. But these cards are here, quarterback talents, these ones and these three cards, but then you and they're doing that. So by banning these three cards, you actually help them have to get a lot better breaking well, not breaking boards, but betting the breaking boards in the first place. I know about the hand traps, but it does help. Some people like hand traps, use hand traps. Some people don't like use hand traps, which is fine either way. But these ones these three right here, oh, definitely needs adjusted in the next band. That needed to be addressed, and that needed to be addressed, and needed to be addressed.
The opponent loses the game.
Typically, going second goal being more easier and using hand traps.
Who is guaranteeing an FTK that is completely one.
I'm not saying you don't have to say that. No. It's the only way you can break boards. No. I think there's bookmakers as well. You can't break boards with. But that's what. That's another topic in the next time.
To justify how
everyone did see that
make the game like.
If you want to know that topic, comment down below and want to talk about that topic. I'm gladly and tell you which is the best way to do use head drops or bookmakers.
More fun, more interactive. Again, it's even more cancerous than Drool, because Drool at the very least is the player going second who's trying to have like a fighting chance. Obviously, it can also be abused by the player going first. But like these cards going second are never unfair. The reason why I want to ban them is because of their applications going first against hand traps.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Like the only solution in Yu-Gi-Oh! But if we have hand traps as a solution with like a lot of sacky bullshit one-ofs that make you super angry every time you lose to them,
exactly,
it's like the best looks for the game. These cards, honestly, for like the long-term like health of Yu-Gi-Oh! Should absolutely not exist. So honestly, just ban all of them. Dimension Shifter, realistically, I think there's going to be like no change.
I can't agree, man.
It's just that. I don't really think.
I say there's no change as well because knowing Konami any fucking effects like weapon rewards ghosting match and that one and OWB1. Also, but the same, it's almost a cinema thing, and the Metro Shifter, and the Metro Shifter, and the Metro Shifter, and also the Metro Fisher as well. Because it's a bit of the same thing, so knowing Konami is gonna, I'm not a fan of the Metro Shifter. I know I'm a fan of it. But, however, if I was Konami, I would say that bad this, and the bad all those fuckers in our existence, if I was Konami. But I'm not Konami, so.
People care all that much, but yeah, it's so fucking annoying when you lose to this card. Honestly, pretty much like the exact same argument. But yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Original successful Snake Eye, there is a world in which they unban this card. And then, like,
that's true, and then that caught up and banning that card instead.
With the Azamina, the Dark Magician.
It's almost a cinema thing to it, because in the last previous banners years ago, it was our point was I to one, and then therefore got banned because it was too broken back years ago. That was 2018. That was 2018. I think it was about. I think it was about. Well, 2019 or 18? I'm not sure, but it's almost a similar fed. It's a similar fed, so.
It makes it a little too good, and if you ban this and unban this, then the Snake Eyes deck is actually completely fair. But at the same time, it kind of makes
Yeah, the reason that this one got bad in the first place because of the snake eye and the Yugioh star was absolutely absurd and broken at the same time. Because this one you have to search it for spoilers. This is one of the spoilers. This is supposed to spoil it, and you can search snake eye cards and that format because during the area you had to play at least 2100 just to beat it, just to beat that deck. Around 2100 drops, or maybe more, because of how absurd that deck is during that time period. It's ridiculous in that time period. But if this one going to get unbanned and this one get banned, then maybe we will go to a little bit fairer because we'll be 20 plus stars, which is absolutely absurd. And so, yeah.
No sense because then you have a wanted that's.
But also, I can say to the world, this unbanned and this was also unbanned. Well, let me explain why. The reason they got bad because the boss didn't make it of a snake eye was Apollo's Power of the Goddess and the Power Savage Dragon and a couple other cards as well. But with those three cards, they could come back, maybe. I'm not sure though. That's another topic for another time. Like that. And that was a super spoiled. It could but these guys go into one because they did a drug up because the double destruction. Because a double destruction is too new to be put on the tier list. So you could be hit wanted, or you could hit the Pro Star itself. Which it even one of those would work. So yeah. Anyway, continue on the video.
Yeah, like it becomes like literally garbage. So I don't think it's gonna happen. I think both of them are probably just gonna stay where they are. And Konami's just
I kind of agree.
But yeah, this would be something very interesting for Konami to do for sure. Dragon Tail Lucius, there is a world in which I can see them either semi-limiting both of these cards. Hold on a second, if I can find, there we go, Rahu. They can semi-limit both of these cards so that Dragon Tail loses 2 starters.
I can agree, yeah.
They can go ham and limit both of them. I think Dragon Tail has been around for a little too long, and it definitely deserves a significant consistency nerf, because we've noticed that even with 1K2, 1 Mululu, the deck is still pretty consistent. Even when you make them lose Dragon Tail cards, they've got, Follow the White Dragon cards, they've got, Magistus stuff. It's very easy for them to bridge into Dragon Tail.
Yeah.
But if we start attacking the best starters in the deck, it's actually going to be pretty significant for them. And yeah, these are absolutely the best starters. You don't necessarily think like Primena, but yeah, 1 Lucas, 1 Rock.
It's pretty much the same in the other decks. So you got the 2 best starters that they need the deck to play with as well, which is the for example. Like Orchids, for example, Oppo and then Mega Kisses, which is the best starters for Orchids. Then you need to get to the exact same end board what's last time, but yeah,
that was still kind of playable, but that would be a stretch now.
But that's another topic, because the
it's going to nerf the deck a bit, but it's still going to be good. And people are like, no, what do you mean? If you limit both of these cards, the deck is completely dead. No, a fair hit would be semi-limiting K2, and that's it. You guys are crazy, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
They lost 2K2, 2 Mululu, and practically nothing changed. Dragon Tail is still insane. So yeah, limit both of these cards. It's going to make the deck less annoying, and it's just going to change the game, honestly. I'm just so freaking sick and tired of the exact same decks just being good for way too long. Never Goblin, I think this card sucks. It can definitely get unbanned, so
yeah,
probably got to place it there.
The reason that they got bad in the first place is because they didn't because the Dokis absolutely crap out of this card. Because and the Goki, I think it was 2015 or 16. It could be earlier than that. I'm not sure. But during that area, there was fire dragon and it was firewall and without the water, by the way, and also the observable draws in the deck. Oh my god, it was kind of busted during that area. But this is 2026. I don't think it's not busted anymore. It's not that busted.
Nobody would play a card like this, really. It's like, when's the last time you saw a deck try to, like, freaking U-Link? Or summon infinite billion Link monsters? Not really. The best decks don't really spam, like, 67,000 Links. And when they do, they're locked under, like, an attribute, so they can't even go into Nightmare Goblin. And usually it's really not the extra normal summon that changes much of anything. This card got banned because of like collateral damage because of Buki. But honestly, if you unban the card, nobody cares. It was really only unfair in like 1 or 2 decks historically. Solid Judgment, I think it should probably get banned so that other cards can see the light of day.
I can agree.
Anti-spell, for some reason, I'm really stupid and I don't have anti-spell in here. But yeah, anti-spell, 1,000,000,000% about the shit out of that card.
Yeah, I can agree.
Should get banned just so that Solemn Report can maybe see a little more play. Maybe because that's also like a kind of like a marketing move, right? Force everyone to buy the new product and get rid of this card. This card has been in and out of the ban list more times than I can count. It would have been very coherent for Konami to ban the card, but there was also a world in which it just doesn't change.
Yeah, I can
agree. A world in which it goes to 2 or 3. So I don't really think my opinion matters here. I'm not going to shock anyone by placing Marshmallow and Cup C in the
section.
And let's be real with ourselves.
I think in the world, these 2 cards were unchanged, but I already think they didn't hit the 100 for that, maybe.
Even if you limit both of these cards, it's just a little less degenerate. A lot of people right now are already only playing 1 Marshmallow because the engine is just so easy to access. And speaking of which, I think this is an unacceptable issue right now.
I 100% agree with you. It's something so the discussion can lead to they can say that and you can take a card to your yard. You can just send that out to graveyard, get Kazali, get add back, and then a full Yemen combo with that, which is any 2 bodies, and it's the same thing as Nightmare Mermaid, but any 2 bodies, and they get you a full August combo. It's the exact same thing. It's which is the exact same thing. It's which is the exact same thing. You can't deny that. It's the exact same thing. So I would say ban this one, and these 2 cards will unchanged. Simple as that. Simple as that. So that's why I would say these 2 will unchanged, and these one ban this one. And that's what I would personally would protect up. It might be me personally. So
that bridge way too easily into each other.
Yeah, exactly.
There are some exceptions where I think it's kind of fine. Like, for example, Evo Storm Exciton Knight and the Peansmith engine. That's kind of fair game. But, like, any 2 monsters into Camellia, into Hornet and Kagari, into Kupsiami Way, into Full Yemi combo, I just think this is way too much. Because
I agree. I thought that was just
like full Orcus combo. And that just kind of annoying, right? It's really not like you're playing bricks either. Like literally every card that you're playing is a 1-card starter.
Exactly.
Like the field spelling, you'd be surprised, but
it's the exact same thing with Diamond Mermaid. The reason we're not busted because too many attacks using that card absurd times.
A bit of collateral damage.
It's the exact same thing.
Never hit the Sky Striker cards ever again. Hornet Jones has been like a culprit for a hot minute, honestly. Like this card was literally only limited because of other decks, never because of its own deck, which is very sad. But that's what happens when
it kind of does.
That's super generic, super free, super easy to abuse, and obviously it found its niche in the Yummy deck. And this is, I think, finally time to say goodbye to Hornet Jones. Metamorphosis. It would be extremely coherent for Konami to unban the card, place it at 1 or 2 or 3, slowly but surely. Try to follow in like the OCG footsteps.
I agree, yeah. OCG does have that card.
Metamorphosis around.
I was talking about Metamorphosis is a quick spell, also a quick play spell, also a quick spell. I can't remember which card that below that is, so.
Obviously, it's a good card if you summon Nature Exterior and Last Word from another planet.
Because if it's a quick play spell, you kind of bust it, but not too much bust it.
It doesn't do anything.
Level bust it, but you quite small bust it.
Search this card. Like, are you going to thrust into Metamorphosis and set it and then use it on turn 3? That is absolutely pathetic. So.
Yeah, I kind of. It's a spell. Oh, screw that idea.
Nightmare Mermaid. I don't think this card is going to get unbanned because
I agree.
There's like so many caveats.
I can agree a little bit.
A pretty dangerous deck. And then Nightmare of Ibli would become a problem again, so you would be...
I can agree.
Which is very similar to like the Diabel Star in the original...
If Ibli gets banned, then I remember could come back. I The reason I say that, I know I said it before, it's the same thing as Hornet drones and the any two decks any two monsters equals yummy combo, which is but it's the same thing in the mermaid. So I think it could stay bad, or if Italy gets banned, and that's what could come back. But then
Simple snake, I think.
That's what I think. That's what I
If you
think.
get rid of one card, sorry, if you unban one card, you gotta get rid of another.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
The exact same situation. Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, I actually don't think this card is gonna get banned, just because they might want to milk Dark Magician Destruction, as well as like the new cards, just a little more. It's still relatively new, and when you really think about it, Dragoon, even though it's a very good card, it's still a card that technically deserves the right to exist in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it does like symbolize Yugi and Joey's friendship. It's a good card for the casuals to look forward to when they want to play either Dark Magician or Red Eyes, or for Dark Magician when we're going to be getting the new card. This card is going to be fantastic.
I just look up what this one is. So yeah, I was a bit yawning. Sorry about that.
Stick for them. So when we look at like the long-term aspect of Yu-Gi-Oh, this card is honestly not the end of the world. I think the problem is just everything that bridges into Dark Magician Destruction ridiculously easily, which is the reason why I consider Diabellstar getting banned and Original in exchange getting unbanned, just so that some decks can benefit off of Diabellstar finally getting banned. But then again, you guys let me know how you feel about my thoughts in the comment section, because honestly, even I am not sold. Some of these decisions, I'm doing them on a whim. It's really just like my gut instinct. I don't really feel like super strongly about this, but I think I'm still making some good arguments about some of these cards. Mitsurugi Prayers, again, if you want to be like consistent with what is going on, in the OC,
I agree,
limiting this card could make sense. Or we can say you can keep 3 Mitsurugi Prayers, but in exchange, ban Habakiri. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because End of the World Ruler is a thing. It's going to come out.
Yes, and yes, all true. If you think about it, if you ban Abakiri, that means that Mr. Wilkie attack gets populated, it was last time, and also, well, it can be good for that bad thing. What I would say, it can be a good for a bad thing, because it did have a legendary modern decks, and it did come out, but it's not so much of it. But yeah, but also this one right here, it could be it could unchange, or it could be banned. It can be good or bad, so it depends on the what Konami wants to do. That was just 7 the new products, or the set of the new products, which aka the legendary mono decks. Because they got delayed in other countries, so I think it could be if it was business side things, I think you can just keep it at 1 for now until the next product after this one, and then or you keep it as 1 and then all better right now, for the players side of things. It could be even one of the other. It's one of the other. I would say that's what I would think.
As well as the Resonator or like Archfiend, whatever monster that can search Habakiri. This card is such a problem if the engine never gets touched. Like it has to like get nerfed. I don't care about the deck. I don't care about pure Mitsurugi. I care about the Mitsurugi engine. I'm sick and tired of seeing it splashed in every single freaking deck.
I also agree with what they did. I don't care about the Mitsurugi deck at all. Wait, to be honest, that's my personal take, and I don't care about that. And only I'm curious about it's the business side of things, or you could be or you go for the or the players outside of things. Because if you think about it, it's just a slide down the topic. It's still of a topic. If the Konami going to choose the business side of things. And then, so that means this one stay agreement to 1 because you gotta start making money and selling cards, So take what's picking.
Same thing with Sky Striker for Yummy. Same thing with freaking special engines, bro. No, just no. And how about Kiri ban that would fix so many issues? Yeah, I don't.
I would agree. Also agree.
Kiri
I also agree with that as well because but back up Kiri it makes so much easier. Makes so many issues with that attack if it's against that. It really does. It really does. It makes so much easier.
At least get some support with end of the world rulers, so it's fair game, you can say.
Yeah.
Lunalight Liger Dancer. If I want to remain consistent with my beliefs, even though I love Lunalight.
I agree. Also, there's a 50% chance it's one or banned. But also, it could Konami change, but in the non-change, it could happen. But I had doubt unchanged. They had to hit the one right eventually. They really had to hit the one right eventually. Eventually. But yeah, I think it's going to bad ornament to one. 50-50, and I said 50-50. Because they're both out of fair arguments. Because by limiting the one in like a dancer, that makes it so much easier to out it. Because two like a dancer, it's impossible. It's nearly impossible. Out two like a dancers. Well, that's some cards you can out two like a dancers at the same time. That's some cards to it. That's like ball sword. That's one way you can get about it. Or you can play two ball players, but still get two specific ball players to put the ball with. Or use rubber goal like that. So by limiting it to one of like a dancer, it makes it easier to kaijus instead, and you can play ball sword instead, or you can play the orchestra, which came by like 4. It outs one of the dancer. It does out one of the dancer though. It does out one of them. It outs one of them in the other dancer. It's quite simply so.
Realistically,
but two of it is it's a little bit tricky.
There is also a world in which they can limit the card. It would have hurt a lot. Honestly, if you can only end on one Liger Dancer,
yeah.
Now people no longer have to think about a lot of golem in their side deck.
Exactly.
Thinking about kaijus and stuff like that, which are way more generic and Santa Claus, as searchable.
Sure, yeah.
And the deck isn't doing that well right now. At the same time, there's going to be a lot of outs to Liger Dancer coming out in Blazing Dominion and the set after that. I'm talking about Shiru Ridam Irifciel.
Yeah.
Super easy to counter Liger Dancer with that card. And there's also so many other ways to out Liger Dancer. Honestly, if you want to out Liger Dancer, you always can. Literally every single deck can.
It's true. That is the way to do it. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
How are you deck building to beat it?
Yeah, exactly. That's also a really good point as well. Because it's a bit how the deck build. It also depends on how much different ways to get out Liger Dancer. Like for example, Black Bandits, for example, then use Bandit Fusion to send the Kaiju to the graveyard and the monster to go with the graveyard to summon the fusion monster, and it has the ability to get the call back to your hand, which is the Kaiju back to your hand, so you can Kaiju again, which is the Kaiju with your point monster. So it makes it easier to search the Kaiju, and then you can strip it away, which also works as well. And for my way, which I use double Orchestron. And with two negation in the back row, to get two of the cards, and then both we can strip a battle card effect, which is what it did to because the back of dances and you can't blow at you, you can't destroy the bosses in the first place. So
yeah. And are you even thinking about it when you're deck building? Because if you don't expect Liger Dancer, all it takes is for you to get queued against a Lunite player and you lose the dice roll, and it's pretty much GG. Unless you up into that. It's pretty annoying, and it can definitely ruin your day. But this is also what Lunite players, thrive off. They want you to not respect them, because apart from that, the Lunite deck, let's be real with ourselves, it doesn't do anything. The health boards are shit. It's SP Baguska and Silverhound in the graveyard.
Exactly, yeah, man.
Answer, this deck sucks ass. I think maybe you can kind of limit the card, make the deck a little worse. Maybe, and then we can see from there. But it doesn't fix the issue of it's still a towers that you can't out. So yeah, it's between ban, limit, and no change. I don't feel too strongly about it. But
I agree as well.
Consistent with my beliefs. that no
This is
deck
everything
should
for
be-
me as well, because like that city you can be banned, limited, or unchanged. It's the best. Correct, but that's it. Of it. So, so the police will be in my personal opinion, it's going to be limited to towers. I said it's limited to towers. I would say that's my personal opinion. But on economy, once again, so
If unreasonably unfair, it should get banned.
yeah,
Fairy Tale Snow, okay, I'm gonna shock a lot of people, but I actually think this card should get unbanned. Not
I can agree.
for the sake of like tier and all.
The ways that I agree as well, because to be honest, it's a rich as a Pokemon. It's rich as a Pokemon. It's not the end of the world here. Well, you can do that multiple times. So it can be annoying, but it's only one deck you can do that and use it in this card with, which is the Tillman's. That's it. Only one deck you can do better with this card. That's it. And you never said the card, never said the decks cannot use this card as effectively as Tillman's can. So, and that's only one deck.
But honestly, for the Fairy Tale deck that's getting support in Blazing Dominion,
True, that is true.
going to be worth considering if Fairy Tale Snow gets unbanned. If it doesn't, the deck sucks. But the OCG already had Fairy Tale Snow, and it's a good deck, but it's not an unfair deck. And it's the only deck that is even playing Fairy Tale Snow, and you can't use the argument of, oh yeah, but the OCG format is completely different, blah, blah, blah. They have Max C. Bro, they have one Max C.
Exactly.
How is the OCG format?
And the way they TCT format and OCG format, it's always completely the same. It's always completely the same. By the way, it's the balance of those decks. The balance of those two formats, which is the same. It's which is the same. Only the difference is one maxi. That's only the difference. Only the difference here. And also the argument of it. It's also because in the OCG there's a couple sets ahead of us and then a couple sets ahead of us of a couple sets, which is a fair game because they're more types of prepared. And then we have more types to prepare before that to it. So
different than the PCG. It's really just the same thing we have, but with one Max C and obviously like a few sets ahead of us. That's it. But obviously when we get those sets, then we get on their exact same level.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's fine to unban right now, just for Fairy Tale to become worth considering. Otherwise,
I agree.
Garbage.
No. Well, more garbage in maybe one deck, but yeah.
Recycling back with play spell card every single time. You're looping interactions so well. This card is so incredibly good in its own deck, and it deserves to come back.
Yeah. It's two decks.
I don't really think I'm shocking anybody. I think Ripper should get banned, and then limit Joe Cool completely. I think that's fair game. This card shuts down.
Yeah, I agree. I actually agree with you because. But better to do Whip because the Winston Whip is so good because any two of my fives, it gets you to exactly a full combo. It's pretty much the exact same thing as a yummy combo for canines. I'm not even joking with you. I'm not even joking with you. It's the same exact same thing. There's a two decks in the Pacific you can use KR on the regular level 5 with it. Whether that's canine cushions and canine canine and banquet sword and you use this card with. Because any two or five gets you full canine combo. It's which is full combo every single time. It's a really annoying. It's the exact same thing. To be honest, this card is the exact same thing as Nightmare Mermaid. It's which is the exact same thing. And it's the exact same thing as the full what's it called? The surgical combo. It's which is a full surgical combo. It's a full surgical combo. But any two bodies equals full yellow combo. It's the exact same thing. It's which is the exact same thing. That's what it's going to be bad.
Cross out, etc. It just makes you guarantee like an FTK when you go first. I don't really think that this is healthy at all. And also, it makes you bridge two random level 5s into K9, which is also very unfair.
Yeah, I agree.
Impulse. I don't really think this card is going to get limited or banned, but there's a world in which it can get semi-limited just because the OCG did this.
Yeah, I agree with well.
I don't really think it should necessarily go to.
Yeah, I agree with that as well because that could happen. You're going to discard, or you could be unchanged. My prediction is going to be unlimited discard, or unlimited, but no change, or supplement. That's all my prediction. I would be surprised if they put it to one, but I don't know. Put it to one. That'd be a bit too what's the word? Maybe too random there. But also a bit surprised. I would be surprised if they put it out one. I'll be really surprised.
But maybe. Fua, I think
it's an argument, but there's a little bit to do as well because most people actually play free forwards in the decks in the main deck, and most of the time main decks, which is that's a fair argument. But for me, I just put it aside. I would say, but a little bit it makes it a little less often it gets all forward, which actually makes sense. It actually makes sense because that one you can do, you're guaranteed. You don't get full as often people think. You play a little bit too. It makes it a lot easier.
People argue that it's not, but I think this card is a little too annoying to deal with. I don't think
it does help you go in second a lot more easier though.
Like Fua, Maxi around, and this card is a little too similar to Maxi. I think Curly and Meows are fine. We can absolutely have both of them running around in Yu-Gi-Oh! As a matter of fact, I think it's a good thing that we have these cards.
I agree.
But Fua, I'm honestly a little disappointed that Konami printed a card like this. And it would be nice if they could slowly but surely kill this card. I think 2 is a good number so that it's not too sacky. And if people are satisfied, we can keep it at 2. Or we can slowly but surely try to limit and then ban the card. But
I can agree. I can agree.
In the semi-limited section. Stinker Soul. The Viper Soul deck is just doing a little...
I want to continue on an argument about the Fua. Fua is basically the same as Maxi. Well, only so applications it only works going second, so pretty much the same as that way, but yeah.
Good right now, so if we can limit it.
The functionality is the same as Maxi, but only works going second, which is not such a bad.
Round as well as White Rabbit. That'd be fair because the deck is still incredibly good, even though we banned White Binder. Just because the deck was good.
That's fair. That's a good argument. But those two
you also have to
makes sense.
Even more. And if we limit both of these cards, the deck is still playable. It's just that it loses consistency and stability and everything. Or we can also limit Chessy Cap. That would have hurt the deck a fair bit. And if we borrow
Chessy Cap. I agree.
Get unbanned eventually. Just because the Rocket deck is getting support.
Also, there was argument beast because if you limited the test card, it does hurt a lot. Just what they did with the deck, but the deck itself is completely 100% kind of a fair deck to be honest. So, when I get up against it, because there was the end bullets that make these a couple of negations. Couple badges for play, and that's about it. So that's about it. So, but it's just like the disruption goes. So yeah. Did you say?
I mean, so many different sets. It's getting the overframe card. It's getting actual rocket links.
And then the football is really good.
You have to like see the light of day for rocket to be worth playing.
It's a possibility that this could come back into one for Boa Savage because it's big about because Rocket's getting the support and an overrated as well after Yacine said, but also the Rocket's actually is a good deck to play with as well. You might consider pure rockets. I would consider play pure rockets. Consider play pure rockets because I've seen them some deck profiles and the rituals and actually play pure rockets in pure rockets ritual level top 8 with it. It's on YouTube right now, and I think it's on a different channel, but it's great. I think it was rituals, yeah. I think it was rituals, and I'm not sure, but it was a good rocket deck. It was definitely a good rocket deck. So. Yeah.
This engine, it's actually super broken. So we can look at the card, or we can keep it banned. I don't know, but I guess maybe it's like not gonna happen yet, but it definitely will over time. And also in the OCP,
I can agree.
Savage, relatively irrelevant. You guys let me know how you feel about this ban list, wish list / prediction in the comment section below. What was my level of delusion for this one on a scale from 1 to 10?
I say 5. I say 5. Delusion. Anyway, so like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and also subscribe to other people's channels as well, because it's quite nice for them. And also, and enjoy the rest of your day. This is you from my society up today. Bye.